Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Let's go. I worked out today. Had a little bit of technical difficulties. Right when I signed in, I keep getting kicked out of my Google account like every 5 minutes. I don't know what's happening. I had to get my security key. I had to do all this craziness, and that was unexpected. So haven't happened for a ton of mornings. It's like I think when my team does something, somehow it's I don't know what's happening, but it's kicking me out. I have to keep verifying. Google is making it, I guess, more secure. So the second I started, I'm about to go live, and I can't get into my account. And I'm sitting there looking for my security keys, running around like a madman. I greatly apologize. Always seems to be something. Couldn't even get the intro pumping today, so we skipped the intro today. Let's jump right back into the charts. It is what it is. Look, what happened to the top? I never even took away the top banner, and it's not there. You know what I mean? I never took it away. There it is. Every once in a while, the program just does whatever it wants, man. Whatever it wants. There it is. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let's jump on in to Bitcoin and see what's happening. Bitcoin getting a little bit of a meltdown here. Dumpage to the downside. We're watching this flag, but, we couldn't get above this resistance. I was remaining bullish in the zone, but now Bitcoin dropping back down to the lower trend line. Let's break it down. Let's get rid of this inverted head and shoulder. Did break up to the upside. We nailed it this morning. I'm looking at Bitcoin on the 7. It has a massive pump to the upside. This was a giant candle at one point. Like, you could see it. Boom. And then they just sold it off really quick. Very strange price action for a Wednesday morning. Trying to figure out kind of what's causing such kind of atypical price action, but we'll take a look at it to begin with. So I was watching this flag, and that's why I watch flags. If the flag stayed and we got to reset on the stochastics and bended, then you trade it. If the flag dumps, then you could either look for a bearish retest of the smaller time frame or see where this pain ends here. So let's take a look at what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. I'm going to break down a whole new chart just because I want to see what's happening. But yeah, this was my flag I was watching all day. Wanted to see it pump to the upside. 1 hour had that move. Everything looked kind of nice, and then shredded us right down to 28,152. Let's kind of see what's happening. We're getting a bit of a dump here for Bitcoin. One thing I did see yesterday is every time Michael Saylor buys Bitcoin, it tanks. Every time. And this morning, Saylor buys $1,000 Bitcoin. It's almost like the government has a stash, and whenever he tweets, they sell it. Someone's doing something funny to him. I feel like it's interesting, to say the least. Let's break down what I see happening on the Binance chart. Right, I'm going to delete all my work. I'm going to delete this 5MA. And that doesn't mean everyone's like, oh, he's deleting his work. No. I still have, look, on the all-time history index, we still have our bigger trade open here. Right here, we're showing you the trade with the 2.83 risk-reward ratio. We're showing you why I'm bullish on the 12-hour and the 22, all right? And they look very nicely consolidating with a reset on the stochastic. So this trade is still open. Just make that clear. People love to kind of go all over the place when they don't have any verified information. This trade is still open. I'm still long. And I've been long. I put in $100,000 from here to this level, from, mainly 16, a whole one at 19, a bunch down here, a bunch in here, gobbling up as much Bitcoin in this area as I can. I slowed down the buys when I got to this area, just like 2,000, 3,000, but these were the big ones, the 5,000, the 10,000, and the whole Bitcoin buy all through these areas here. So I'm loaded up. I'm being honest. I'm 100K in spot. I don't like to trade too much heavy leverage. I like to trade spot. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars. Damn near this, almost about to hit $1 million in trading revenue without having to use any type of leverage. So, hey, it is what it is. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. Can we get all the way to the upside, baby? Can we get all the way to the upside? Naked selling, right? Naked short selling, probably. But, I mean, how can they naked short sell shares that they don't have, right? So let's break it down. Shout out to everybody here. One thing I want to say. I just want to make a public statement. I hold no ill will towards any human being on this earth. I'm super content and in such a good space mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I hold no ill will towards anybody. Anyone that is in a... And one thing, if you do... And I'm not addressing me personally. I'm just addressing life, I saw a video today that really inspired me. When I was a hateful person, because I had been in my life and I've been in a negative place, I was like, I hate on that. Whenever I hated on something, I was hurting myself more than the person I was hating on. The person you hated on doesn't feel it. They don't know what you're doing. They have no clue. You're hurting yourself when you're hating on other people. When you're spending time, you're going in, you got to focus on yourself and find your chi. You got to let go. If you're hating on someone, you got to let go, because when you let go, I'm telling you right now, you can find your chi. You can get to a really good place in life. So I hold no ill will towards anybody. May God bless everyone on this earth. And, just use light, love, and positivity at every step of the way. And I'm telling you right now, that is the guide to success. That is the guide to freedom. That is the guide to love. So look, this little dump is really nothing. It's the 1 hour resetting. As long as we hold this trend line, we're still very, very bullish. There's really nothing to worry about. So if anyone's acting kind of emotional, getting antsy in the pants this morning, take a deep breath, please. Have a donut. You know what I mean? Have a coffee, have a donut, relax. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. All right. You're gonna make it through this no matter what. All right. You're gonna make it through this $200 dump that had you like. Who here was freaking out this morning? Be honest. Who here was freaking out? Who here saw the dump and started to freak out? Be honest. Just be honest. Let it out. The first part of getting better is admitting you have a problem. You know what I mean? Thanks for being so positive, lifer. It makes me want to better myself. Hey, I'm telling you, you got to use positive energy and be in a positive space. There's no better way. And then use gratitude as your attitude. Say thank you every single day. Say thank you for everything in your life. And I'm telling you right now, if you use gratitude, so much will come your way. It'll be a man. Sam the man. Shout out to Hiko Glatek, my man. Emotional damage. I'm not moving until it goes to 25K or above 29. This range is just the meat grinder. My man, I love what you're saying. Thank you for being so positive, lifer. It makes me want to be better myself. Oh, I like to read the same comment again. I didn't realize that. Synthetic shares, GTC pumping. Get BTC. Funny. ES broke. Pillow. ES broke. PDL. You're funny, man. Do you think the 4 hour could take over? I mean, definitely could pump us. 4 hour looks like it might start to dump on us and take us to the downside. You know what I mean? And I mean, there's a chance this is an M pattern and we double bought. You have to be open-minded to both things. You have to be open-minded and ready. You have to be like, all right, if that doesn't work out, we're going to have to take a pounding. You know what I mean? To the downside. So let's break it down again. Let me show you my daily. And I do the same thing every day and we kind of start fresh, right? We remove the moving averages. We look at price action. We take a deep breath and we begin our day. This is how I do it as a trader. This is how I've always done it since I really got into my disciplined way of trading. And it helps me just see the market clearly. I take a deep breath. I relax. And I just get down to the discipline, right? Remember, discipline is the key to life. If you can't discipline yourself, you're likely probably going to be part of someone else's prison. Until you discipline yourself, you really won't be able to free yourself from the pains other people put you under, like working for someone else. Every entrepreneur found their own business through discipline, all right? And focus too. You got to have focus on what you need to accomplish, all right? You got to focus on what you need to accomplish and not what other people are doing, right? When you focus on other people, you're obviously not focused on yourself, right? So how could you better yourself? It's very similar. You are a house and someone else, say you're building a little brick shed and someone next to you is building a brick shed. If you're staring at their brick shed and you're throwing rocks at it, are you building your brick shed? No. Look at your life in a physical sense. Every time you get messed up in the head and you can't find your way, pull back into the physical. The physical sets the realm for the spiritual. Let me explain. I built a walkway outside of my house. I had never built a brick walkway in my life, but I did it. It was hard, but we got through it and I made it happen. And once I did that, I realized I was looking at my YouTube channel because the YouTube channel was abstract, right? It was ambiguous in a way to me. It was like, who clicks? Like you could make the physical, like you could work on the computer in the computer digital realm of the computer, right? But you couldn't like touch anything physical. So it was like, how is my YouTube channel going to grow? And I said, it's going to grow just like I built the walkway outside, Sam. You're going to show up every day and you're going to work at it till you have till it's done. And I said, oh. I said, so YouTube is something that I could do no matter what. It's not going to be luck. It's not going to be based on algorithm, like you're just going to show up every day and you're going to make it happen. I said, yeah, Sam. I said, if you do it every day, you're going to become successful. I said, so if you commit to this, Sam, if you commit, you're going to grow your channel to 50,000, to 100,000, to a million subscribers. But you got to commit, Sam, and you got to stay disciplined. And there's going to be days where you want to quit and you're going to have to push. And there's going to be days where you're not sure what you're doing and you're going to have to push. And there's going to be days where no one believes in you but you're going to have to push. There's going to be days where you don't have any, you feel like you got nothing left. You feel like the whole world's against you and you're still going to have to push. I haven't taken a day off since February of 2021. And even then I was very consistent before that. It was like only the weekends. And every single day I don't take a day off is another gap we make on the people that are taking a day off, right? Every time someone else takes a day off, we just get a little more further away. and a little more further away, and a little more further away, and a little more further away, and a little more further away. And every single day that I grind, it separates me from the people that don't grind, right? And that's the key to life, everybody. You will be in charge of your life. You can grow it from the hand. You can mold it from inside. I started this YouTube channel with an old beat table, a microphone I bought 5 years prior that I used to rap in. You know what I mean? I didn't have the SMB7. I didn't have the Rodecaster Pro. I didn't have top-notch audio. I didn't have a team. No one made my thumbnails for me. No one edited a video for me. I did every single thing myself. I edited every video. I made every single thumbnail. I showed up every single day. I built the studio. I engineered the studio. I put every wire together. I built every single thing I have. I figured out the lighting. I figured out the green screen. I did every single thing on my own. And now I have a team. Now I have each and every one of you. And now we're growing. And I'm telling you right now, we're going to get to some amazing places together if we believe in ourselves and if we discipline ourselves. It's going to be an amazing ride. And it already has been. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for everything you've given me in this life. All of you, God, my wife, my children, my mother, my father, my sisters. I have a twin sister that nobody knows, and our birthday's coming up. I got her an awesome birthday present yesterday, and I'm going to ship it out to her today. Super excited for her to open that gift and see what I got her. And it's really cool to give someone a gift on your birthday, because the gift of giving is far more better than the gift of receiving. Because when you give, you get filled with so much energy and light and enlightenment that it's almost like getting. So I give as much as I can because I know every time I give, it replenishes my soul and it really changes my life, man. So look, here's our diagonal trend line that I've talked about. It's substantial, goes all the way back logarithmically, right? Look, they changed log here. They changed this. Look, now you have to hit logarithmic. Oh, Alt-L, nice. So if I go to the weekly here, I just wanted to show this idea, and I go to Alt-L, which is the logarithmic view for Bitcoin, right? And I just show you this diagonal trend line. You can see we basically bounce right there on the wick on the bottom, all right? And if I go to the all-time history index, which is even bigger, and we do the same idea here on the weekly, and we show it logarithmically, you can see that that trend line really starts here, and it just continues. And that's the same line right there that we're respecting, all right? I could adjust it slightly, but I want you to understand these concepts, all right? Super, super important, all right? Super important. So I've been showing this for a while. We'll take it away, Alt-L. So now I know the shortcut, right? And I'll get rid of that for now. We'll go back to the 12-hour and we'll clean it up. But I find that a very substantial trend line, you know? And so to me, it's not just a regular trend line. It's a very substantial one. And I've been saying this for how long now? I mean, every single day now for probably 2 weeks, something like that. And again, if we break it, we test 25.2. We break that, we come on down. And I have some bullish and bearish scenarios, and I'm going to give you the bearish scenario. All right? I will show you the bearish scenario. All right, let's break down what I see happening now for Bitcoin on the day. Like, where are we going for the day? Let me make my daily prediction for Bitcoin and show you what I see happening for the day. So we go to the daily time frame. We set our support or resistance lines. All right. We are right now at a resistance, clear as day. We're out of resistance. We've hit it a few times. We can't get back above 28,007, right? 28,008, we'll call it. 28,800 is basically kind of this resistance zone that we're having trouble. Our big boy resistance, our big boy resistance, big girl resistance, whatever you want to call it, right? So here's the deal. And let's get rid of this. We don't need this anymore, this extended line. So we know we're at resistance. We know I have support at 25.2 because we got back above that beautiful resistance. And we know we have this diagonal trend line in play. All right? That's key. Let's go to the other concept that I've been hiding kind of on the back end here is the 200 SMA dangling above price action. We left the bunched up area. The 50's crossing the 80 and the 100. It's usually a good sign that the price action will touch the 200 SMA. The 200 SMA has been slowly sloping down now, and it's kind of lowering the expectation that we might only go to 32,000. We may not get to the next level because price action is likely to get rejected by this yellow line here when we get to it, all right? I've been calling the idea that we could get to this yellow lines and somewhere in these areas, and look, we've been slowly just going up to it. Why is it? I teach my students this, and we traded on the 1 hour, we traded on the daily, mainly the daily and the 22 on altcoins, and we find that we get this pump up to the 200 SMA. Very interesting, all right? So this is something I want you to understand. This is a concept I want you to bear in mind. 681 people on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 225 likes, $12 in chat revenue. Thank you so much for jumping on in to the live stream, baby. Let's go. Lately, I've been having I haven't had these long nights of sleep. Usually I get like a long night of sleep every night, but just changing the game up. When I see that 200 hanging, I get excited. Me too. You should. You really think we're gonna backtest 25K? I don't believe we will backtest 25 too. I don't know though. I don't know. You're trying to catch me in I think I believe thing. I don't know what's going to happen, my man. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. Everyone always gets almost like I don't know what's going to happen to Bitcoin. I believe this is a substantial trend line, and because we got back above it, it's kind of like a bump and run this way. You bump, you run down, you pump out of this. So I believe that this is a substantial trend line. I don't know if Bitcoin will respect it, but so far it is. If Bitcoin doesn't, we will short back down to here. If Bitcoin does, we're on our way to the moon. So I've stayed adamant about this being very strong and substantial. However, do I know what's going to happen? No. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. Repeat after me. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. It's okay not to know. I show up every day and tell people I don't know. And I still have a beautiful channel, a wonderful trading group. People like honesty. People like you giving them the facts, and then they can make a decision. Not telling what people to do is how you empower individuals to become great. All right? To become great. So look, we got the right shoulder. We got the head. Are we just going to make another right shoulder here? It's been inverted head and shoulder town. This one there that kind of didn't play out. And this would just be like a right shoulder yet again here. And there could be a chance we break to the upside. So just something to think about. Are we making a right shoulder inside the head of this ascending triangle? This is a textbook ascending triangle, you know? And honestly, if you look at it, if you look at like DSLA, if Bitcoin does anything that DSLA just did, Bitcoin's looking just like DSLA right here, see? The ascending triangle. And then what happened? We boomed to the upside. DSLA is still holding the gains from this call. Up 111%. Look, it went up even more. Look, it went up even more. It went up 156% gains from the entry here for DSLA. I mean, pretty impressive, right? And so Bitcoin making a very similar pattern on my radar is very, very interesting to me, all right? It's got me going. It's got me going for sure. Labs getting up there today with a nice pump to the upside. Labs, look, we had labs like this at a cup and handle tight in the channel. No stop loss would have got hit. Stop loss below the 6.5 golden pocket. We bounced right to the golden pocket. Snatching labs up at the golden pocket, you'd be up 57% now. Cup and handle, Sammy cup and handy to the upside, right? Labs, baby, labs. And you can see I have this open, and it looks like labs could continue all the way to the target at about 0024. And I don't own any labs. I'm just making it, apparent that this thing did pump, and we put it out. I talked about Phantom 3L last night. Funny, had a little bit of a pop this morning to the upside. Was the top gainer, up 18% in about 8 hours, 10 hours to the upside for Phantom 3L. I saw a giant double bottom for it. Look at what I'm looking at. I'm seeing this giant double bottom. If Bitcoin rips and then money flows back into the altcoins, a month from now, this could easily be up 500% gains. Again, it's a 3L token. It's high risk on KuCoin. What is a 3L token? It's an ETF, electronically traded fund, that gives you 3 times the move of the actual coin. If Phantom pumps up 10%, this will go up 30% to the upside. I like the look of that inverted head and shoulder reset of the Stokes 2 and 3. Anyone aware of the flare airdrop every month? Yeah, we've been going over it a little bit. What about BOOKMAP? Let's take a look at what BOOKMAP is showing in a second. Thank you for asking about BOOKMAP. May God bless you for being here. Sam Tomlinson, thanks. A lot coming from you. I like you. You get things done and make it happen. I was sleeping on the floor, but it does bother me. That habit makes me wonder. Sam, thanks. I was sleeping on the floor, but it does bother me that. What? Effing book. A lot coming from you. I always like you. You get things done and make it happen. Who's Sam Tomlinson? I'm sleeping on the floor, but it does bother me that I don't understand what's going on there. Fing book, could you explain? My hunch is too much pre-workout. I look that inverted. Love is love. Pay the light tax. Crypto Lifers the GOAT. Thank you, Xander. Woke up to Bitcoin gains, all thanks to you and the discipline in the 99. God bless you, PS Future Man. Grinding. Thanks to you, man, and what you do. Sammy Cup and Handy Tomlinson. My last name is not Tomlinson. I don't know where that comes from. There is a Sam Tomlinson in the group, though, I believe. Right? What is up? I can't stand. You say find similar, and then it like. Just weird, man. That's why I do BPM. I like to do it by BPM. But then sometimes I can't find the BPM idea. And it's like, what are you doing over here? Oh, I know what to do. We'll do no eat, no pay, and then it all comes in. Nobody better steal my track, man. This is my track. No eat, no pay. All right? This is my track. This is my track, baby. This is our house, baby. This is our house, baby. Let's go! I'm going to be on Sin City Crypto today at 1:30 Pacific time. Then tonight, you're going to see DZ on my show as well. I'm interviewing DZ from around the blockchain. He's going to be on the Crypto Lifer show tonight in the price report. So we got a lot coming at you. We got the live stream. We got Sin City Crypto from about 2 to 2:45. Then we got DZ tonight at about 7:30, 8 o'clock. We got a lot coming at you in the content. We are making moves here on this YouTube channel. Me and my team are working extremely hard to build it to the upside. It is not. You can't do it alone. No YouTube channel can be run alone. It is a business. It takes a team, and it takes a lot of movement to the upside. I'm buying Bitcoin no matter what happens. Bitcoin was designed for this market situation. Generation wealth for my children. Exactly. That's what I'm doing. I'm done foot in mouth too much. Every time I chat, have a great show, gang. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying, man. Why don't you go read an effing book, bro? his name's effing book. I just had to. I had to. Okay. And Bitcoin just getting a nice pump back up to the upside. It's respecting this trend line, everybody. It's respecting the box. It's respecting the zone. Too many people are fiending. Too many people missed out. Too many people are not prepared for the banking crisis. You have to have, in my humble opinion, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I've got a gray shirt on, a gray suit, and a gray tie on. It is what it is. The idea is this, all right? If you haven't hedged your money with some Bitcoin, you're just somebody that thinks life is going to take care of you, and life doesn't take care of you. You must take care of yourself. You must take care of yourself. Let's take a BOOKMAP is attempting to short squeeze a little bit. There is a little more liquidity to the upside than to the downside, right? We have some sell orders up here at 28,500, 28,600. We are battling these areas to the upside. 700 people on the live. May I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. So I'm still long Bitcoin. I've made it very, very clear. Over 100K long Bitcoin position spot, baby. No levy. Buying gold is tax-free, but you got to pay tax on silver. That's weird. Trying to get my lady to diversify and buy a Bitcoin. I even gave her a Trezor. Hey, man, that's amazing. God bless you, brother. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to Scotty Swing in the house, man, in Europe. KuCoin recently debuted Bitcoin up and Bitcoin down. ETH up and ETH down. Very interesting ETFs. Yep, and they were on Binance for a long, long time. BEARISH up and ETH down. They're usually 3 L's normally. You know what I mean? But MEXC even has a lot better. MEXC has 5 L's, 2 L's, and all sorts of other stuff too. I love KuCoin and MEXC. If you're in the trading group, we're mainly trading on KuCoin and MEXC Global, baby. Why I like MEXC Global? 0 spot maker and taker fees. There's 0 spot fees right now for an unlimited time. They haven't said whether they're going to take them away. Then there's 0 future maker fee and 0.2 taker fees. So 0 spot maker and taker fees. I'm telling you right now, it's going to attract a lot of people into the game. You're new. You're starting out. You can't pay fees every time you get in. You want to buy some Bitcoin? Imagine buying Bitcoin with 0 fees. I mean, where else can you do that? MEXC Global, baby. MEXC Global is the place to be. Jump into MEXC Global today. All right? Use my link. Everyone, all the links below my videos, I earn a commission from. They help the channel. They are affiliate links. We've disclosed this many, many times. Everybody knows they are affiliate links, right? Who here doesn't know that these links are for commission? Let me know, but that's why I only use projects that I absolutely like, that I believe in, and that I want to use. You know what I mean? If someone hits me up, hey, would you do this? I'm like, no, I don't just do it to do it. I have to believe in the project and use it. Like, I was using the things I use before I even affiliated with them for years at a time, a lot of them years. ALTRADY, I just started because I forged a new relationship. And I will not use 3 commas. Let me make that clear. I will never use 3 commas. If you're still using 3 commas, shame on you. Shame on you. They were a distrustful company. I had to come at the CEO on Twitter. I told him he was being horrible to his customers, and I disallowed myself to be a part of that nonsense. So shame on you. If you're still using 3 commas, shame on you, because you know in your heart that, hey, fool me once. They do not do the proper job of keeping their API secure. I will never use 3 commas again for the rest of my life. I'm not going to be fooled more than once. So if you continue to use 3 commas, that is on you. I have publicly disconnected from the company. I do not use them for any reason whatsoever. So may God bless everybody out there. And it's sad when you get nailed, right? It wasn't fun, right? Delete the API. ALTRADY is the way. I only use ALTRADY. ALTRADY. Why? Because, look, go watch the interview with the creator of ALTRADY, where we sat down together and we broke it down. We broke down why we love ALTRADY. We showed you what's happening. And look, ALTRADY has way more than 3 commas. You got paper trading, grid bots, crypto base scanners, signal bots, quick scan, positions P&L, advanced trading, trading analytics, basic order types, and more. Start your free trial today with ALTRADY. It'll blow your mind. I'm telling you right now, ALTRADY, link in the description below. I do receive a small commission, not a huge one, a small commission if you jump into ALTRADY today. Thank you so much for the love. April 7th is my B-Day lifer. God bless you, Aries. Where are all my Aries, baby? All companies get hacked. The problem is they lied about it happening. Yeah, things happen. You can't lie to your constituents. You can't lie to your peoples, man. You know what I mean? So Bitcoin's still struggling today, getting a massive dump here. 4-hour could turn on us and just take us down the tubes. My whole thing is this. I'll open up a short if we break this, or I probably won't even open up a short, but if we break this trend line, right? Boom. If we break this, I'd think about shorting to the downside here. But it could be quick and far between. It might be a wick right back up. So just be careful. We do see a double top and some Bart Simpson-esque vibes. Let's look at, in a second, I'm going to show you the bearish scenario. I'm going to show you the other side. The bullet scenario is we respect this trend line, we get tighter in the zone, and we break all the way up to about, 32,000, maybe even possibly to 33, and all the way up to my bigger target on the bigger time frames to $38,000. The moving averages are very tight. That usually tells me a big move is going to happen regardless of the momentum of the indicators. When I see the moving averages very close like this, boom. Look, let me prove it to you. Every time you got very close like that, that's very close. They're very tight. Boom. When they got far apart, it was when you wanted to take some profits or think for a short. Right now, they're very tight again. It's telling me, and we could bump down to the 200 SMA. I've seen that. Okay, it's an outlier. But likely we can go sideways and pull it up towards us. All right? And pull it up towards us. They're liquidating the longs here on BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP shows you where the liquidity lies. It shows you what's happening. And right now when we look, you can see, and I like to sometimes just take my face off for a second, just so you can see the whole screen. But I stopped doing that other BOOKMAP nonsense, right? It didn't work for me. But they're liquidating the longs right now, for sure. A bigger order at 27.8, but not a lot of, it doesn't look like there's a lot of buy orders here. Bigger orders up here at 28.8, 27.7. Looks like we just got to get back above it. They keep the sell wall. They're really keeping us in a range right now between like 27, 28.5. Like we're kind of bouncing around. It's been a boring few days for Bitcoin. It's been in chop. It's been in a choppy range ever since May 18th. Right after St. Patrick's Day, everyone got too wasted on St. Patrick's Day, and the traders never came back. No, but we've been just going up and down here. Up and down, up and down, up and down, right? Wow, look at that, dude. And they're going to wreck the longs. They're going to wreck the shorts. Right now, the 4-hour could make a massive dump on us. I have to be honest. I'm going to dive into the bearish scenario and show you why we have to be prepared for bullish and bearish scenarios every single time. And also, when Bitcoin dumps, I like to just look at coin market cap. And number one, we like to see the strong coins. We can see what coins are stronger than the other ones, no matter what, right? Shout out to the beautiful people here. 762 people on the live, 313 likes. May we get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. In the last hour, what's hot? Trust Wallet token. It's funny, I was looking at it last night. Was thinking about putting it out. Look, some DeFi coins starting to try to make a bit of a move. Not going down as much as Bitcoin is for the moment. Trust Wallet up 9% on the week. Clayton. We talked about Clayton. We gave you the Clayton setup. That thing was blasting to the upside. Tone's back on my radar. Basic attention token. So a few coins kind of holding their zone. But Trust Wallet token, we're going to take a look at that. Seems to be a strong winner for the day. Let's look at our other time frame. Like the 15 minutes says, hey, I'm bouncing off the 200 SMA. I'm very oversold, and I'm on a point of control. We could get a bounce here, could we? That was a Bart Simpson, though. Look at that. Bart Simpson on the 15-minute. Clear as day, right? 7-minute also wants to get a bit of a bounce. So can these smaller time frames save the day here, curtail the 1 hour, and keep us from going lower? And eventually, could the 1 hour bend that 4 hour back? Hey, Sam, thoughts on fast-moving monthly RSI on Bitcoin? No idea what you're talking about. Have a great day, though. God bless you. I can't remember the last time I drank alcohol. Every once in a while, maybe a glass of wine. I haven't had alcohol since, I remember the last time I sipped alcohol. It was November of 2021. It was Thanksgiving. My whole family was drinking. I was like, I might as well. They're all drinking. And I poured a glass of wine. But at that point, I had stopped drinking. I'd only had like 1 or 2 drinks a year anyway. And I sipped the wine, and it tasted like poison. It smelled like poison. I could feel it dehydrate my body immediately. It felt like sugar in my gas tank. I spit it out. I poured it down the drain. I said, I'm never touching this stuff again for the rest of my life. I'm never touching it again. And I haven't. I didn't even have a problem with it. I just felt like it was low-frequency behavior. It wasn't helping me. I mentor 800 people throughout the world. How is alcohol going to help me do that? It just wasn't. It just wasn't. You know what I mean? If you're in my trading group, I talked about the... Let me see if I can still find it here. Oh, I was watching Meet Kevin there. But look, crypto moon cycle. Definitely watch this video. How Bitcoin could be affected by the moon. Something you definitely want to see. It's outdated at the end with some of the things I say about my channel and stuff. But I would definitely watch that video because we have a full moon coming April 6th and tomorrow, right? It's going to be a full moon. It's called the pink moon. And so get excited. Get ready for the pink moon. I am. I hope you are too as well. So, and Bitcoin kind of likes to make huge moves on the full moon. It doesn't mean it's going to for sure. There's no guarantees, but it's done it many times. And if you watch that video, I can prove it to you. So I definitely think at the end of the stream, you should sit down, give yourself 5 minutes, and prove it to yourself. I got sober for good after Thanksgiving 2018. Great story, bro. One day at a time. Thank you for saying that, man. Eclipse soon, too. Last night, tonight, and tomorrow night are full moons. Pink Moon, a great song/album. Did you catch Teen Crypto on Fox? Great job. Unbelievable, man. How does she get on Fox News? That's insane. You know, God bless her, though. That's really cool that she got to be on Fox News, man. I didn't see it. I want to see it now. She was on Fox News. She's got to have it on her YouTube channel immediately, right? Like, I would put that up immediately. It's only a matter of time then, right? It's only a matter of time. Miss Teen Crypto, congratulations. Look, she's on Fox News, dude. Unbelievable. Wow. Getting onto Fox News. And she went to her school to do that, and they picked up the story. Dude, Randy on Fox News. I know her. I know her. That's my buddy. Yo, that's so cool. And that's why you're nice to people, man, when they're starting out, because they'll remember you when they're huge. She's going to be a huge, 5-10 years from now, she's going to be huge. And she's going to be like, you know what? Crypto Live for Sam Price was super nice. And I'm telling you right now, always respect people no matter what they're doing in life. I learned that lesson from the movie Grand Hotel. You know what I mean? Never act bigger than somebody else. Never act like you're the bee's knees. And plus, as a community, we need to work together. Shout out to Randy on Fox News with Tom. I mean, that's insane. I would bug out if I was on Fox News. Like, bug out. Like, I would be like, yo, I was on Fox News, everybody. Like, ah. So, how do we get on Fox News? Someone's got to help us, or any news station. How do we do that? How do we do that? Shout out to Crypto Grady in the house. Crypto Grady! My man. My man. Shout out to you, man. Where's the energy at? Where is the love? Wow. So let's get back down into brass tacks for Bitcoin. 15-minute is oversold. We'd like to see a bounce here. So here, we're going to watch to see if the 15-minute breaches this trend line. That's really all that matters. And it looks like it's not even getting all the way down there. We might actually stop right here and make a reversal back to the upside. So right now, oversold 15-minute, oversold 1 hour, 7-minute time frame. And do we get a bounce right back to the upside? Does the 4-hour take over, pin all the time frames, and continue to dump us to the downside? Very possible. It could happen. So what we want to see is this 4-hour candle closes in 1 hour, all right? It's looking pretty nasty, all right? So I'm going to go over the bearish scenario right now. The bullish scenario is as long as we stay above this trend line, everything is fine. We're fine. And even if we could even stay these two trend lines, as long as these two trend lines hold, nothing to worry about. Calm down. We're okay. Let's go over the bearish scenario, right? Who wants to see the most bearish scenario possible? Let's just see. Let's build a story for a short. We really want a short. We can't stand Bitcoin. We want a short, right? We're shorters, and someone could take this out of context, right? But I'm just saying, right? Let's see what happens here. right there, you have a basic trend line that you can't get back above, right? Clear as day. And this is kind of a rising wedge. I've seen this play out as a rising wedge, and rising wedges break down where they began. So this is a 68% chance you're going to break down to this point of control at about 18,900, 19,000. So that's your bearish scenario. However, usually when you're this low on the stochastics with the momentum, the sellers have lost a lot of momentum by now. So we don't have the sellers for it. My whole system is based on lateral price action with loss of momentum. When the sellers lose momentum and you go sideways, it usually tells you a big move is coming. However, there's no guarantees, and nothing is guaranteed in trading, right? It's a probability game. I don't know where Bitcoin's going. I just show you the probabilities every single day, all right? So look, this breaks to the downside. Right here, you have a big boy resistance, right? And you can say previous support becomes resistance. You're at a resistance. You're in a rising wedge. Most people would short that, right? I keep talking about this inverted head and shoulder that's kind of hidden from the eye here that also has a 68%. So you got, like, they're battling each other here. All right, there's a battle here between the two confluence, the two probabilities. All right, right shoulder's a little narrow, but still, I see an inverted head and shoulder there. Very, very interesting. So look, oversold on, on the daily time frame, but I've seen us dump from here. Like, you could just cross the line and the massive dump started right here, and we continue to dump. We could dump here. Just because we're low doesn't mean we can't dump. The 2-day chart's also very overbought. That's worrisome. Okay. However, the 50's coming for that yellow line. And remember, I went over when the 3-day and the 2-day, I went over when the 3-day had just crossed the dotted line, and I showed you it was huge moves. Let me do it again just in case. Right here, the 3-day just crossed the dotted line, and we'll put a V there. Massive move for Bitcoin. Right there, the 3-day had just crossed the dotted line. Right there, look, massive move for Bitcoin. Okay? Now, right here, too, the 3-day crossed the dotted line, like right around here. At least a pretty good move from 38,000 all the way up to 48,000. A $10,000 move on 38, 25% gainer. Then we were in a downtrend, so it is what it is. But look, once we created a new trend, and right there, right when the 3-day chart crossed the dotted line, boom. The 3-day chart is just crossing the dotted line. Does that mean a massive move ensues for Bitcoin? I'm just showing you, right? So a lot of people are bearish, but they can't see things. See, I've been doing this since Bitcoin and since 2016, and I started tracking Bitcoin obsessively into that summer and into 2017. So I've been tracking Bitcoin for 5 years of my life, every single day. I've been tracking world assets for about 15 years. I've been trading since I was 25, 24 years old when I really started getting into it, looking at it. By 27, I was looking at charts. By 30 years old, I was charting all the time and trading gold and silver. I've been doing this for a long time, all right? I got into Canopy Grow Corp when it was $1.78 Canadian. You can imagine what happened there because it went to $50 American, all right? I got into, Great Panther Limited. I started trading gold miner stocks on the Toronto Stock Exchange. I've been trading for a long time, everyone. I've touched the buy button like 10,000 times in my life. I have piles of trades 10 years ago that I hand my accountant. I've been trading for a long, long time, all right? And it took me 10 years to really finally breach a level of financial success that really put me ahead of the masses, that really got me into another level of life. And it took a long time. Becoming wealthy is not going to happen overnight. For me, it was a 15-year plan, man. It's been 15 years. 15 years of dreaming, wanting to have my own business, starting all different types of businesses. Some failed. Some people double-crossed me. Some things didn't work out. But I just kept pushing. And you will succeed if you don't stop. And I learned that. I watched everybody that didn't stop. They succeeded. So I said, I'm going to do something I love, and I'm not going to stop doing it. And I'm telling you right now, that's going to push you to the next level. That's going to get you. You want to rock that Rolex? This isn't a Rolex. But if you want to rock that Rolex, you want that idea. You want to feel that, right? And honestly, it's not even about everyone else. These could be just little personal goals. A Rolex is fine-tuned, well-made, and will go up in value. They're going to continue to print money. A Rolex will double and triple within 10 to 15, 20 years. Easily, that Rolex is going to probably triple in value. So a Rolex is actually a very good investment, in my humble opinion. And for a man, it's like a status symbol, a level of, hey, I got to a certain level in life. However, do you also give to the poor? Do you have to give away, right? There has to be levels, all right? But I'm just, I'm going over the idea of just kind of where you want to be in life or achievements you want to get in life. Anything can be achieved. Anything you want can be achieved. You know what I mean? Anything you want in this life can be achieved. You just have to want it more than everybody else and go for it hard. And actually, not even everybody else. You just have to want it for yourself. Forget everybody else. You just have to want it so bad for yourself that no matter what, you're going to do whatever it takes to get there. And if you commit, if you say to yourself in the mirror, you say, I'm going to do everything it takes to get there, then you're going to get there. You know, it's very simple. The human mind will not be denied by the universe as long as you keep pushing forward. It just will not. You do have to work smarter and not harder. There's a way to align your energy and your chi that are going to help you. But so this anomaly here, and I didn't think we were going to talk about it, but this anomaly here is very, very interesting. Okay. Another thing that I talk about a lot that not many people go over is the Gaussian channel on the 8-day. All right. And look, we'll delete this for a second. And look, you Gaussian channel on the 8-day. Every time we got into this red zone, and you have to look at it at the all-time history index, which I have my other trade on, but we can do that. So look, every time we got into the red zone, we continued. So we got pulled into the red zone, and then we would get a massive pump through that little middle line, and that would be kind of it. And you could see this. It's never been wrong. Doesn't mean it won't. It will be. No, we don't know, but it's never been wrong. You got through the red line here. What happened? You were gone. Same thing down here. You got through the red line here, and you were gone. You see what I'm saying? And we could probably even go back. Let's go all the way back to the furthest we can ever with the Gaussian. I didn't do this yesterday, but I wanted to, but I was like curious about it. All right, it's not even worth it. All right, it's not worth it. I figured, but. So hear me out here. Where are we now? Who wants to take a guess? Where are we now? Do we look anything like this? Are we right there? I've showed this. Who has seen this on the channel? Who hasn't seen this on the channel? Who's intrigued by this? Who's intrigued by this? So look, you take away everything and you see like we made it into the zone. Now we're getting rejected. We got to get back above this area. But every time we've gotten sucked into the red zone, we've never left it. And we've gotten pushed right through it to the other side of the channel, which would be somewhere at $45,000, kind of like Arcane Bear was talking about. So this kind of shows us very, very interesting concepts here that we could get a move to the upside. So let's get back into what I do here into Boss One. And let's show you the most bearish scenario back on the KuCoin chart. All right. And then once we finish the bearish scenario, we're going to look at gold, silver. We're going to look at a bunch of different things today. Get excited. The decoupling is basically happening. We've been decoupling from the S&P for a while now, and that's something to remember. So definitely we're in a rising wedge. Rising wedges can break down 68% of the time. I get it. And we're definitely out of resistance. A lot of people would short that. See, what this does, though, it creates a lot of people shorting the market, which creates good liquidity for the whales that want a long. And now they can get they need everyone to think we're going down for them to get in and to pump up. So they need enough retail and enough liquidity up here to short the market. It's almost like they need a lay down road to run on. All the people that lay down shorts, you're giving roads for them to run on. They need a road to run on. How do you give them a road? You short so much that they have enough liquidity to bang you to the upside. All right? And honestly, as long as 28K holds, which has been a beautiful sign, we're in good shape, in my humble opinion. So you know where I'm at. I'm long as we hold this trend line. The bullish trend line on my I'm just trying to show for the bears who want to short. Stochastics are low. I usually don't short when the stochastics are that low, right? However, the 3-day, I showed you the big time frames are somewhat overbought. But look at the 22. 22 wants to move. Like the 22 is so aggressive right now. Like it makes me want to add to my long on MEXC. You know what I mean? Look at that. I want to raise the levy and add to the long, but like this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking from wick to wick. And this is my trade on another time frame, right? So now if we maybe we make a shoulder ahead and another right shoulder there, we keep getting rejected. We lose this trend line. We lose this trend line, boom. Then we have to suffer, go against this one that I keep talking about. And if we lose that, we come down to here, and then we could fall out of the channel back to there. So there's 1, 2, 3 levels that have to be broken before we could drop even further, and then we'd have to test 25,200. I keep saying, logically, if people with money know they can afford a loss more than people without money, the people with money are going to be buying into Bitcoin in these areas, and I don't believe they're going to let the people with less money than them get to 25.2. It doesn't, and again, I'm using belief, so who cares? It means nothing, but common sense tells me that fortune favors the brave. The bravest times to get in were here, the dip here. You had to be a brave man to buy Bitcoin at 16,000, 19,000, 18,000. You had to be brave. I bought a whole Bitcoin at 19,000. You don't think that was brave in front of everybody? A bunch of people, if we weren't up at 28 right now and we were down at 13, people are like, what an idiot, right? But now I'm up like damn near about $9,000 on 120, you know, on 119. I basically made $9,000 off $19,000 and I did it in about 2.5 months. That's amazing. That's 50%, all right? And if you think about it, if you divided it by 3 months, that's about 15% a month. No hedge fund would give you, maybe give you 5 to 7% a year. I already beat any hedge fund that I would pay for. I already beat inflation. I already did it myself, and I was my own financial advisor. I didn't need anybody to show me what to do. All I had to do was use conviction and fear, the world's fear, not my fear, the world's fear, to gain an edge in the market. Again, most people won't do it. They won't have the guts to do that. And some people don't have the knowledge. I had the knowledge because I saw the bullish divergence. I understood where we were, and I understood that this is one of the greatest times to buy Bitcoin. Look, this is not that difficult. I teach class every single Tuesday, everyone. I teach class every Tuesday. And during that class, I teach people exactly, you know, the ways I used Bitcoin to gain an edge in my life, right? Join this class today. It's from 3 to 5:30 every single Tuesday. And the last Saturday of every month, it's $60 if you're in the trading group, $100 if you're not in the trading group. So you can learn my special sauce, get to know me. And then if you like what you're seeing, you can join the trading group. So the bear scenario is we have to cut through all those levels. Weekly did have a bearish cross there, a death cross, but usually the death cross was caused by all this pain, and then this is a latent signal. And then now the price action is pushing up. It'll curve the 50, then the 50 will cross, then we'll have a golden cross, and things could get pretty spicy. The weekly is very overbought on the stochastics RSI, but I've also talked about right here, we were really high in the stochastic, and look, it was one of the biggest pumps we ever had. Here again, we were high in the stochastics on the weekly, and it was one of the biggest pumps we ever had. We look just like this, similar to these two big pumps. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but I'm just showing you these things. Most people don't see these things. They just see, right? But I've been trading for a long time. So look, or compared to most, right? But look, if we look at the 2 week, I mean, there's this 50-year-old guy that looks at me and laughs. He's been trading way longer than I have. So if you go to the all-time history index, and so that's your bearish scenario. I gave you the bearish scenario just in case, right? So if you go to the all-time history index and you look at the 2 week chart and you look at the stochastics, and this is Bitcoin in its life cycle. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times to buy Bitcoin on these low areas. And then if you couple that with low RSI, that was your buy, that was your buy, that was your buy. These are the 3 times to get Bitcoin the cheapest ever possible. When the RSI was low and the stochastics RSI was low. You don't get these. These are gems right here. The pandemic. You had 1, 2, 3, 4 times in your life. If I didn't buy Bitcoin down here, I was going to consider myself a complete fool. Okay? I'm not trying to be rude to anyone else, but I would consider myself a complete fool if I didn't buy Bitcoin at these levels. All right? So I'm looking at the macro scale. I'm not getting into the day-to-day chop. I'm not getting emotional about Bitcoin going from 28,100 to 28,750, and I'm not freaking out. All right? I see the daily looking pretty nice to me. I see this daily candle bigger than that candle. I do see these wicks, and right now I'm seeing some bearish tones. 4 hour definitely wants to take us pretty far down. It looks like the 4 hour could ruin the party, right? Again, now the 1 hour is extremely oversold. It's looking like the bulls just cannot break this trend line. And I told you, no matter what happens today, no matter how bad it is, as long as we hold this trend line, I remain bullish inside this pattern. So right now we haven't lost the pattern. There's really no reason to freak out, right? It just, yeah, Bitcoin's taking a bit of a dump. It did a Bart Simpson on a smaller time frame. 15-minute did bang us to the downside. Nice little short, right? But that's heavy short volatility as well, all right? Next thing we're going to show you, right, is the 15-minute, and we're going to show you some liquidation levels. We're going to see how many people we have kind of on the liquid, or 1 hour is actually even better. But we want to look at the liquidation levels here. We want to see what's happening inside of the liquidation levels. So we go to the liquidator here and give it like I don't know, about a minute and a half. Not a minute and a half, like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. 1, 2, show me the liquidations. And right, we're going to see the 100X, the 25X, and the 50X leveragers. And we're going to see kind of what they're doing. All right, what's happening. All right. Okay, there we go. So here we go. Look at this. These are the 25, these are the 50, these are 100. And these are the other way. It's well balanced, but we still see more people trying to long the market down here, less people trying to short. It does tell us they may want to bring us to this trend line at 27,100. You see? because there's just a lot of liquidity here. We also have a point of control. We know if we lose the point of control, we drop down to the next high volume node, which is 27,368. So these are levels that we really have to watch out for. We have to pay attention to. Thank you so much for that subscription. God bless you. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. If you jump on and you're getting knowledge, if you like the knowledge that you're getting, hit that like button. If you like YouTube, if you like just positive energy and people that stay positive every single day of their life, hit that like button. I wake up with a smile in a state of gratitude every day, because you know what? I didn't always. And I realized that's why I was unhappy. It was me. So I realized if I can control the way I feel, the way I think, and stay disciplined, then I can always wake up in a good mood no matter what. So Bitcoin getting a beatdown. There is more liquidations here to the downside. Tells us that we could go further down, all right? Could pull a mini fib here, maybe from this impulse to there. Do we bounce off the 618? Interesting. Or the 786 on a wick? It's an interesting idea, right? A lot of people like to trade that way in my trading group, waiting for the Fibonacci area to bounce in there. Or you could do it some of them do it the other way, and they wait to hit the 706 to the top and short that as well. It depends on how you like to trade, all right? But here's the melee. 27 now we're losing. It's a mass sell-off. And there was some news about the interest rates going up. That could have created a little, a little shakiness in the market, has people a little weary. We lose this trend line, then, you're going to see me, okay, the bulls are back in control here a little bit more. Smaller time frame, do we have bearish, any bullish divergence, anything stopping the pain? Interesting. Let's take a look at the world markets and see what's happening with ES1, just so we can kind of get it. Is it S&P dumping? Are we having some bigger movement here that's making it harder for us to kind of, gauge what's happening in the world market? And it really is the 4-hour attempting to pin us. That's a bearish engulfing candle now on the 4-hour. Absolutely disgusting, right? And that looks like we could go lower. I mean, the stochastics are just getting started here, right? Now, it's not the worst case in the world. We could open this up too. And there's a chance that this is the target, and we just come lower and we hit this area. And we're still inside the symmetrical triangle, everybody, you see? So just Bruce Lee it. Swing it out there, gives us the 4-hour more room to dump, and it still would be actually a valid pattern, right? It's still, there's no guarantees that it has to be that area. However, it looks nice. It looks nice that we're respecting the trend line. Only time will tell, everybody. Only time will tell. Sketchy, the market started this morning in a weird way. It felt like false move Monday, in my humble opinion, for a Wednesday. It was false move Wednesday, which I found pretty strange. Can we get to 1,000 people on the live stream? I need you to do it. We have 400 likes. Let's get the likes all the way up to 800. We have 831 beautiful souls in the live, baby. Join my trading group. Get mentored. Learn from somebody that changed their life. I did it. I now have sailed off into the seas of the unknown, and I love it every single day. I used to show up to work and get told what to do. Now I show up to my own job and tell myself what to do. You know what I mean? It's a far better scenario. I'm far healthier. My environment is better. I like the life I'm living. When having a boss was the worst thing for me personally. I don't want someone telling me what to do. It sucks. It made me really depressed with my life. I was like, man, why am I doing this? I said, I'd rather go sell baskets. Like, I'd rather sell baskets for $50 grand a year than have someone tell me what to do for 120 grand a year. You know what I mean? You could take your 100 grand and shove it right up. You know what I mean? I don't need it. I like this track too. Shout out to all the world, baby. We're here, baby. We're here. I'm telling you right now, let me say one message that's going to blow your mind. 2 years are going to go by so fast. 2 years are going to go by so fast. All right? Before you know it, your life is going to go like this. I was just 25. I am now 40 years old, approaching in a week. 2 years of your life are going to go by like this. If you are caught up on the day-to-day, if you are stressed out all the time, I'm telling you right now, you're going to miss those 2 years. Stay in the present moment. Live in the present moment. The present moment is where you thrive. It's where you stay alive. If you're worried, you're living in fear, it usually means you're thinking about what happened to you in the past, or you're worried about something in the future. If you stay in the present, it'll be easier to be content with your life. It'll be easier to be happy with yourself. The present moment is all you need to stay positive. I'm telling you right now. And the present moment will help you focus on the task at hand in front of you, not all the other things that could, would, should, or have happened in the past or the future. Stay in the present moment. The past doesn't exist anymore. It's over. It doesn't exist anymore. Like if I take this candle and I throw it over there, it doesn't, me throwing that candle now, right now in the present moment doesn't, it happened, it existed, but it doesn't exist anymore. Stay in the present moment. It's the key to abundance, and it's the key to becoming extremely successful. I'm telling you right now. It is. It really, really is. All right? Battling the zone. Do we break my trend line? Only a test of time can tell. Smaller time frames will show us. Can we get a bullish divergence here? We got a little bit of bullish divvy here. Look. The 1 minute says, hey, I want to hold. That's a bit of a bullish divergence right there on the 1 minute time frame. Be a really good place to long. Who wants to see me have the balls of steel and long right now? And add to my long in the face of danger. You got to buy red candles, right? That 4 hour looks horrible though. It really does. To open up a long right now would take a lot of guts. It would take a lot of guts. You know what I mean? It will take a lot of guts. We can add to the long. We're going to add to the long. All right? Boom. I'm adding to my long in the pain. I'm buying in the face of danger. Buying in the face of... Oh, back above 28K. Oh, no. Stop letting emotions in. You should laugh when you're below 28K. It's your blessing to buy Bitcoin on the lows. Blessings in life. Look, that's a bullish divergence in the 1 minute time frame. I've seen those play out. I bought into the bullish divergence right there. I believe they liquidated as much longs as they could on the cumulative volume delta. Let's look at the CVD here. Cumulative volume delta. Let me see if I can find a divergence. So look, we nailed 42. Then we nailed even longer. Wow. $285,000 in accounts just got liquidated. 42,000 just got liquidated to the downside. My liquidation price is so low. It's 20. It's like, you know what I mean? So we'll go, but I mean, look at that. 27,960 battling this area, and we just got a huge buy signal. Some whale bought in at 27.8 right there. This whale wants to slide in at 27. Someone was trying to show me a 12K whale the other day. Was there really a 12K whale? Nah, I think that was a spoofer, right? Yeah, I don't see any 12K whales down there now. So look, BOOKMAP. Now it says, hey, can we get up to these zones? Some big sell orders waiting at 28.8 and 28,600. And that would, you know, if you're shorting right now, you're in between price action and a bunch of whales. That's the squeeze zone. So shorting this area is a heavy squeeze zone. All right? I just want to make that clear. That's usually how people get squeezed. I just bought into this bullish divergence. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I make it or I break it, baby. I mean, all I can do is what I know I got to do, which is use divergence at the edge of the pattern. Let's see what happens. I just bought into this bullish divergence. Do you think we win or not? Let's send that out to Twitter. All right. I just bought in to this bullish divvy. Let's see the haters come out on this one. I love it. I just bought in on Bitcoin. And it was the 1 minute chart, but that's all we had at the moment. That's really all we had at the moment. Bitcoin, baby. Bitcoin. I just bought into this bullish divergence on Bitcoin on the 1 minute. Will we win or no? Bitcoin, baby. Bitcoin. All right. Answer the tweet. Let me know how you feel out there. Shout out to all my peoples out here. I just bought into this bullish divergence on Bitcoin on the 1 minute. Will we win or no? Send now. Funny. Celtics couldn't beat the 76ers. I didn't get to watch the game. Said I was gonna, and then I sat in the charts for 2 hours. I was like, babe, I'm gonna watch the game and relax. And then I stayed in the chart for hours on end. You know what I mean? Full Moon today. Hoot, Spell, Phantom, Tron, Spell, and VAI. Shout out to Dustin Calva every single Wednesday, man. I just bought in with you. Let's go. Hey, you can't do whatever I do. You got to do whatever makes you happy. This could easily dump on us to the downside. Easily. 4 hour doesn't look great, but let's see what happens. I like fighting in the face of danger, baby. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Can this trend line hold? Can Sammy make it through? Or will Sammy get crushed? Will the lifer get crushed? Or will we make it through? You know, I'm going to learn a lesson no matter what. Going lower, bounce around 2755. That's great. I'll add more. Long on ETH and Bitcoin right now. My man. I tried a long bullish divergence 15 minutes ago. Didn't end up very well. You tried. That was the problem. You know what I mean? You got to do it, man. You got to do it. You can't live in fear. You can't live in fear. Sammy to the Super Bowl and wins. I love you, brother. I love you. Watch Bitcoin dominance bounce on the 200 SMA on the 4 hour time frame. 60% in this short already, baby. There you go. I entered scalp long now, though. Hello, lifers. Hey, we're already about to get back above 28K. You never know, though. What do I know? I'm just a guy that does this every day. Probably nothing. You know what I mean? Probably not going to happen. I'm just a guy that does this every day, but who knows? I just do this for 14 hours a day. Yeah, whatever. Probably means nothing. I mean, I don't know about you, but it would, you know, mathematically, I would like at least have my ear and listen a little bit. You know what I mean? Stargate Finance getting a little bit of a move here on the 1 minute time frame. I like Stargate in this giant coupe del handle. We had this kind of double bottom forming, and look at Stargate up from my double bottom move here to the upside. Look at that. Stargate up 44% gains. That's how you does it. Shout out to anyone that may or may not have seen the cup and handle and played the cup and handle and understood what I saw happening for STG. It's a stag, baby, stag. But look, yesterday at 11:32 a.m., I'm looking at it. All right, it was already up at 7928. So let's take a look at that. All right, so it was already up like a lot. My bad. 7928. Still up about 10%. All right. But the macro idea is this thing's going to boom. All right. And wait, does someone else put out? Yeah, it was too long ago. But again, look, understand these concepts. Cup and handle, you back above the 200 SMA. It's a key sign. Up 12% since we first put it out, but continuing to move back above the point of control. I can see STG getting huge all the way up to the target at $1.75 from the 877. Look at the 77 there on Stargate Finance. So you already know what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. We don't really need to spend much more time on Bitcoin right now. We can get back to it in a second. Everyone cool with my Bitcoin idea? Holding the trend. We want to see if that 1 minute can pop back up. And look, we're getting the short squeeze back to 28,000. And look, so far we're in the money. Had you taken that divergence trade, you would be in the money right now. I'm just saying. You would be in the money. I'm not saying you'd be in the money a lot, but you would be in the money. And now they're liquidating the shorts the other way. So cumulative volume delta also told me there was a good chance that we had liquidated it too many longs. Look, we got here and then we only had 28 and then 5,000. There just wasn't enough down here. Told me there was a likelihood we would go back and get the shorts to the upside, but you never know. 28,000 is now in absolute battle. Look at 28,000. We are battling. It's like William Wallace. It's like, you know, like it is a battle right here. Braveheart battle here for 28,000. The live stream should have been the battle for 28K. You know what I mean? But are you prepared? Let's find out if you are. Get the education every single day. About to take 50% off the table. Stop loss to entry. Currently, schlong. You're so funny, man. We learn a lot from you. We wouldn't be here if that wasn't the case. God bless you, brother. Listen to the guy who tutored some of the best traders in the game. Please. You're funny, man. Battle of the Bitcoin. 161690. Shout out to Billy Bob 369. Love a good schlong. You stop it. Stop it. I'm just in time. Apparently you are. My goodness. Turn me red every single time you show up. People are using Stargate Finance to try and grab the expected layer 2 zero airdrop, which is going to help it pump a little bit. Interesting. Send Wick, please. You're so funny. Send Wick pics. That's ridiculous. Ha. Oh my gosh. 30 holding the 28K resistance. Let's go. You mean support? Hey, Sam, how'd you get out of leverage trading? Sam, how did you get out of leverage trading? I made money investing in the markets That's how I got where I am today. Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, somebody wanted Peter Griffin. Hey, let me tell you something. If you come to Quahog and you want to hang out with Sam Price, he's the crypto lifer. Just don't bother him. He's a very busy guy. He's always on the phone, in a meeting, or doing something in the chats. Can never get the guy to look at me. But when he does, he looks at me with those beautiful blue eyes, and I just fall in love with him. He's so sexy. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you all for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. So look, ES1, right? S&P futures. 12-hour time frame hit the inverted head and shoulder. We wanted to bounce to the upside. We didn't get it. S&P likely want to bounce back down here. If we are somewhat coupled still, which we seem to be kind of, but we're not too much. But if you're trading regular markets, you're either going to get a bounce here, or the 12 hour is going to take you back to this point of control, but you're going to get tighter and tighter in this symmetrical triangle. I'm telling you, once we have a decision to be made there, S&P is either going to blast back up to this level here at 48, or it could start getting torn down back to 32. Time will tell. We are back above the resistance of this diagonal trend line. See, this is what and we're back above it. We did break out of it. It's been a pretty bullish sign. So I like what I'm seeing there for the S&P. Shout out to Peter Griffin. Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Oh, my God. Peter, you can't do Peter Griffin all the time, Peter. I'm Marky Wahlberg, and it doesn't matter, okay? I play a cop, I play a fireman, and I can do anything. Babe, I'll go to the grocery store and I'll cut up the celery, babe. I can even juice, babe. I'll make juice out of carrots. I'll do whatever, babe. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Marky Mark. All right. Super chats: Hoot, Spell, Phantom, Troll, Spell, VAI, and Full Moon today. Sam, during your birthday, a Zoom session to celebrate your B-Day. Maybe. I may not want to be in front of the computer all day though. You know what I mean? I usually celebrate it on the live, but you know what? I may do that. That's kind of cool. Just like a hello, But I don't need, you people are so nice to me already. Shout out to Jebatron. No, you're the man. You're the man, Jebatron. Every day you come. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being here. Shout out to everybody here on the live, keeping up the energy, keeping up the love, keeping up the just positivity. Who here is staying positive no matter what? Who here is staying positive no matter what? So ES1, we just took a look at that. Could come back down to the point of control and bounce off 39.98. Not the worst thing in the world. It would be cool if we got above here and we held a level, but the 12-hour suggests we might have to come on down. Let's look at our 4-hour wants to pump. We want the pump. We want the pump. We want the pump. We want the pump. And I called the reversal for the S&P back in October. Had you been watching my channel, I was spot on. And so far, that would have made a tons of move. Welcome to the Lifer family. So glad you found the Lifer community. You help a lot with that, Sam. Thank you. Positive vibes, everybody. Positive vibes. Positive vibes all day long. Let's look at Cambria Cat on KuCoin, which I own a bag of. You keep us fearless in the market because you're a lifer and you give us strength. You keep us going in the 99, baby. God bless you, man. I ate plus signs for breakfast. Thank you, bro. Just thank you. No, thank you. Peppy Powell spoiled his pre-pump diaper. Pump incoming. You're so funny, man. Okay, I go short now. LOL. Do whatever makes you happy, man. Do whatever makes you happy. Let's take a look at the DXY, the dollar, because we have to. So look, we talked about this being in a bear flag that could dump down to the downside. It's now bearish. It lost that trend line, and now it's bearishly retesting. You see this? Ugly move. See it come here, hit, and bounce to the downside. Looking very nasty. 4-hour time frame does want to push up, though. How high it pushes up is the question. Technically, you could say, okay, we're in this little wedge here. I grabbed the fractal from beforehand when I was looking at this thing. And I grabbed this fractal, right? And we're just saying, hey, this thing could dump the length of this pole back down to the lower area. I'm looking for the dollar to drop down to here first to 98. It loses the $100 level. That's psychological. We called the top of the dollar on my trading group and on this live stream right here. Because why? I went to the 2-week chart and I'm a divergence trader. And when I see divergence, I listen to it. I'm right like 90% of the time when I listen to divergence. This told me that was a bearish divvy. That was flat. That was a sharp uptrend. That's a class B bearish divergence. Likely we're going to drop to the downside. I even then showed you the shoulder, the head and the shoulder, right on the daily time frame here. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. I showed you another head and shoulder too that dumped to the downside. We've been going over this stuff over and over and over again every single day. I want to see the dollar index come to my green zone here and take one more dump. That would be a beautiful pump for Bitcoin. It is overbought, oversold on the daily, but so is Bitcoin. Isn't that interesting? So, and countries are just dumping the dollar left and right. They figured out that through Bretton Woods and the system, they figured out what happened. And now they're like, oh, you guys have been able to print our money to zero, and you're going to keep printing your money? They're like, no. We're going to get off your gold. We're going to get onto the gold standard. We're going to secure our wealth, and we're going to drop the dollar. They're doing it all around the world. Companies are making deals. Yuan, they're doing deals with oil now and not the petrodollar. It is, yeah, China is getting stronger. Arcane Bear said if the dollar loses status and value, it wouldn't make sense to measure Bitcoin value against it. What would pair it against instead? We would pair it against toilet paper rolls. That's what I said. How many toilet paper rolls per Bitcoin, right? And we went over the idea and we got to $12.88. So right now, like $12.88 was like an average good roll, right? An average good roll. So look, we look here. I don't know what I just did. Always something. That freaks me out now. Computers, man. So look, we look at Bitcoin at 27,900, if you want, right? Divided by $12.88. So Bitcoin right now is 2,166 toilet paper rolls. Okay? 1 million toilet paper rolls, right? So if Bitcoin can 10x, right, to 280,000, so we want Bitcoin to be 21,661 toilet paper rolls. That's what we're going for. We're going for 21,661 toilet paper rolls. Team, I've done so many extractions. Yesterday I did extractions. Today I talked about things. In my mind, I see over 50 videos that we could have taken out between me and Arcane Bear, my live stream yesterday. Over 50 videos. So if we don't have 50 videos out of these, we're doing something wrong. I've talked about motivation. I've talked about movement. Team, there's so many things. You all agree? There's so many things we can pull out of these live streams that we can extract for data. All right. So many things. Like it's almost endless. You just got to be creative and look at it. Endless. We have them. They're all there. But we can't publish 50 videos a day. Yes, you can. Get it done. No, I'm just joking. No, but like I think we should, every single day, an expert of me and Arcane Bear should go out to TikTok, to Instagram, to YouTube, to a short. Like maybe one day we do a short. The next day we do an Instagram. I intrigued by those interviews. Whenever I'm scrolling through and I see two people talking like that, or two financial guy, woman or girl, anyone, those are the channels that I want to watch. Those are things that I want to get into. And I know that people like that content. So I want more of that. I want more of that. Gold standard should have been back in place a long time ago. 1970s to be exact. Exactly. CHSB. Bitcoin will be like gold and silver, inherent intrinsic value because it's a finite resource. Exactly. And we're going to jump on into the super chats, everybody. We're going to do the news and then jump into every single super chat that you threw at us. Follow us on Twitter. What do you think about it? Are we going to win the trade or not? I just bought into the divergence. What happens? Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. And we're still kind of right there on the zone, holding that level, 28,000 back on Bitcoin. All right. And we'll go back to our USDT pair here on Binance and see what's happening on back to our 1 minute divergence buy here. It did bounce, but it didn't get us back above a resistance. Not the best sign. You know, like you need it. When you get a good divergence, a strong divergence, you want to get back above the previous resistance point. That's really how you're going to get the move. If you don't get that, you're going to be struggling. So a strong divergence, we want to get back above the resistance area to remain bullish. All right, to remain bullish. Let's take a look at the total market cap of all of cryptocurrency and see how we're doing today. Did the exact same thing. You know, Bitcoin dominance is big. It got the dump. But if you look at this, well, this is interesting. 22 says it's about to break the top trend line, or it already kind of did. But right there, I mean, look at that. A lot of wickage. I mean, that's a lot of wickage. But look, that 22 is pushing up. The daily's just ready to rock. And so same thing here on the total market cap. Nothing has really changed unless we breach the trend line and start to dump. But so far, I mean, everything looks pretty healthy to me. And we're back above the resistance at 1.09, and we're back in the $1 trillion level. So total market cap looks really healthy to me. And this inverted head and shoulder Stop that. This inverted head and shoulders still in place too, with a measured move all the way up here to $1.47 trillion. It's going to be a lot of money coming in to the market. CSPR and VRA going to make me a millionaire. Hey, I hope so, man. I like Casper and Veracity. Light, love, and good energy to all the Lifer fam. Shout out to Justin Cashmore in the house. I can help you with clipping videos, but I'm not good at editing. No worries, man. Gold on the monthly. I saw a cup. Yeah, gold has a cup on a cup and I've been showing gold's cup and handle for a long time on this channel. If you go back a year ago, I was showing gold's cup and handle a long time ago. Let me show you. Look at gold ounces here. And look, that's an inverted head and shoulder for gold, right? You see that, number one. Here's the cup and handle. I've been showing this cup and handle for a long time. First time I showed this cup and handle was on my channel somewhere here, like back in May of 2021 or even earlier. I've been showing this cup and handle for 2 years. I didn't show it, and then I stopped showing it for a while. This says we're going to like $3,000 an ounce by 2025, maybe even quicker than that. That's a cup and handle. This cup and handle has been formed all the way since, look at this, 2011. Yeah, it's a 12-year cup and handle. That tells you that it's a long time coming, and gold is going to have a long, long road back to 5,000 or up to 5,000. All-time high for gold today at 2,000 or close to it. I believe its all-time high was right there at about 20,080. So we're very, very close to the all-time high for gold. Unbelievable. All right. I also buy silver and gold every once in a while. Not too much anymore, more Bitcoin, but you know. But that looks absolutely beautiful for gold. Dollar index slumping to the downside. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance to see when we could get a break here on the altcoins. So we've talked about Bitcoin dominance being between the ranges here, the lows and the highs, and it's approaching this high range, but stubbornly not able to get back above. And right now, look, it's drooping a little bit, but it's still flagging out. That's a bullish rectangle, in my humble opinion. Nothing to be scared about. And this is telling us that there's likelihood of a move to the upside here. There's likelihood of a move to the upside. So look, we're looking at this. Bitcoin dominance suggests a big move is coming. Every time Bitcoin dominance got pretty low, one, two, 3 times in a row there, we did get a big move for Bitcoin. And look, there's the squeeze, baby. There's the short squeeze. It looks like we're starting to squeeze some people here. However, I'd like to see a lot stronger than that. Very interesting. The battle for 28K is absolutely insane. I've never seen such suppression or just kind of we're gyrating. We are gyrating. Still didn't get stopped out. We are Lifer fam. No pain, no gain, baby. Sam, if you're still looking for coders, I sent you a DM on Discord. Thank you for saying that, man. Super chats. I'm always looking for a coder, man. I have so many crazy ideas in my mind that are unrelated to even cryptocurrency that I've never told anybody. And I believe we could change the world with these thoughts in here. I believe we can change the world with these thoughts. I just need a few people to help me accomplish them because I can't do everything. Push back to 28. We can get to 28,500. You never know. You never know. And we'll go back to Bitcoin towards the end of the stream and break it down for you and break it down. So that's kind of Bitcoin dominance, the dollar, S&P futures, the dollar index, right? The total market cap and Bitcoin. Really the basics, that covers the basics for us. And that brings us to a beautiful time. What is that time? Well, it's the news, everybody. It's the news. Shout out to everybody else, everybody here. I'll be right back with the news. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Appreciate it. Check. Shout out to everybody here on the live. My name is Samuel James Price, and I go over the news every single day on my channel, Crypto Lifer. And here it is, tech giant Google and this protocol partner to boost innovation and Web3. Google Cloud, it continues its partnership with blockchain startups. According to CELO Foundation's biggest post, the recent partnership will focus on several key areas. CELO. So CELO is the one with Google. That's going to be pretty big news. We should run to the CELO chart right now, see what's happening immediately just to kind of get an idea of what's happening to CELO. That's kind of part of this news. Let's take a look at CELO. Ooh, sorry, right there. I don't know what's happening with that every time. Let's take a look at CELO here on the charts and see what's happening. We'll go to where the biggest movement is here. While this thing is down in the dumps, nobody's looking at it. Nobody's thinking about it. The 1 hour didn't even get a bit of a spike here. This news could be a little early, and it's following Bitcoin. But right now, you are in this bit of a flag here for CELO. You're following that Bitcoin dub, but if Bitcoin stabilizes, all these coins will stabilize. Chance that once this news really starts to circulate and people start to hear it, CELO's oversold in the 1 hour time frame, could get a nice move to the upside. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but something you might want to look at if CELO's doing a business with Google. I mean, I don't know how that doesn't pump up the price to a big place. So that's a very interesting idea. Definitely something you want to look at. And Google, of course, wants to get in to Web 3.0. Tokenized gold surpasses $1 billion in market cap as physical assets near all-time price high. This is a type of stablecoin pegs its price to gold, while the tokens on the blockchain represents ownership of physical gold managed by the user. Tokenized gold assets surpassed $1 billion in combined market capitalization on Tuesday, according to the data. Tokenized gold is a type of stablecoin that pegs itself to gold. PAXG is a tokenized gold token. And so more and more people want to be holding these tokenized gold tokens, and that's going to, bring us up. Bitcoin correlation with gold and U.S. equities. Bitcoin and gold should move together, in my humble opinion. They should both be risk-on assets people want to jump on into when the markets are looking absolutely horrible. And I've always loved gold. I've traded gold for 4 years of my life. It was the only thing I traded. Gold got me into trading. So accumulating gold got me into trading gold, got me into understanding it. I started buying gold in 2009, and I started getting in at just, $800, $960 an ounce. I was looking at it even lower, but I didn't really jump in. I first thought about even buying it when it was $400, but I didn't do it. I was in college at the time. It was back in like 2005, 2004. Gold, baby, gold though. I love gold. No, it was not Dr. Evil, but I love gold. Oh, I love that movie, man. That was like the big hit when I was a kid. Next generation DeFi platform M0 emerges from stealth with $22.5 million funding round. The seed capital was led by Pantera. That's Dan. I like Dan over there at Pantera Capital, including the Scaramucci-linked Salt Fund and Moro Capital, the venture capital operation connected to the Santander Group. M0, a decentralized infrastructure layer for digital asset value transfer, has emerged from stealth mode with a bullish $22.5 million seed round and the intention of advancing the pioneer work done in decentralized finance. So now you're seeing big boys with money putting money into DeFi. People know where the money's going. Follow the money, everybody. Follow the money. Look at this shadiness. FTX transferring $7.7 billion from a Bahamian estate to U.S. units ahead of a bankruptcy filing. So shady. It just gets deeper and deeper. It gets deeper and deeper. Everyone, that is the news for the day. I hope you got excited. Some pretty interesting things kind of brewing, and it's gold, baby gold. Thank you so much for jumping on into the news. Let's get back in to brass tacks and tackle the markets like we do. I have a bunch of super chats to do. I got you. I got you, baby. I got you. Here we go. Let's take a look at our baby HUT. And look, I believe CELO could get a nice move here to the upside. It's sitting right on beautiful previous resistance. It's a shabby cup and handy to the upside. Last time I saw a cup and handle like that, it was 1975, Bob. I just got out of my Cadillac. I was wearing a mink coat. I had a latte with oat milk. It had given my mouth a tingle. I think I'm allergic to the oat milk, but I did it anyway. So look, CELO could bring us all the way up here to about 80 cents. So I'd be watching CELO doing a business with Google. I don't know how that doesn't make it go up in the next few weeks. But again, show me the chats, and I'll show you the news. So shout out to Kevin Baker. Shout out to D Shovel. Shout out to Dustin Cava. Love learning. All the Blue Crew. Thank you so much for being here. SBF may get life, baby. Dude, I don't even you can't be a grimy person and get away with it, man. He's pure grime, man. Someone asked me about Hoot. I don't know what it is. I've never heard about it. Let's take a look at Hoot. Oh, don't type in there. That's not where you got to type in. I'm not seeing Hoot anywhere. I'm going to move on from Hoot. I appreciate you. I'm going to move on. It's not on CoinMarketCap. It sketches me out. And again, maybe I'll find out tomorrow or someone will teach me more. But right now, I'm going to be moving away from Hoot. Okay? I'm just not going to be Not going to be doing. All right. Spell token on MEXC or Binance. Let's take a look at Spell. Spell's looking actually really nice. Continues to move. All right. Let's take a look at our bigger time frame to see where we stand. We want to take a substantial look at what's happening. I see a cup in handy to the upside here at a resistance point, though, at about what? 001? Yeah, double 01. Nice support zone that we bounced off of. Sammy cup in handy to the upside. All the way, baby, all the way. Sammy cup in handy to the upside. So here, we looking forward at Spell. Spell with a strong move out of the cup and handle here to the upside. Wants to continue with the pump. It got back up on the 200 SMA there, which isn't a bad sign, but it's a little overbought on the stochastics. Tells me it may need some time to chill out, right? Might come and test some 1 hour level or go sideways for a little bit. Let's take a look at our 4-hour time frame. It's in a little bit of a flag, but still, you got this resistance kind of double topping here. But I would put it in a flag like so. And as long as Bitcoin can kind of go sideways and hold the zone, there's a chance we can continue to move here. And look at my beautiful call here on the divergence, 28,070. And now the shorts are getting liquidated. We'll take a look back at that Bitcoin buy we made on the 1 hour bullish divergence, on the 1 minute bullish divergence. So sorry, that many people probably never saw. And again, it's still just bullish. Yeah, we're not getting above a zone though yet. But so far, we are getting the bounce. That would have been a beautiful leverage trade. And look, I entered it exactly into the wick. I used this sick fear in my stomach to enter that trade. And it is what it is. Look at that. Look how that pays off. And again, we're not in huge money right now. But look, we could be making an inverted here and digging our way out of this hole. I like to bump us to the 200 SMA and see where we go from there. We got to get back above this local resistance at 28,231. What this divergence did do, though, is it let us hold the trend line on the 4-hour time frame. So look. And look, did the 4-hour wick down there yet? No, it didn't get there yet. Oh, yes, it did, dude. The 4-hour wick, dude, see that? That's insane. We called that wick on the 4-hour, but we had to do it on the 1 minute. Who was able to learn from that? I hope you learned something. That was an amazing learning lesson, and we had to do it live. That's why, though, you can't really replicate this live stream. You can't, you know what I mean? We don't just go over charts. Like, we do stuff live. Like, it's a live moment. We go over charts, but we do stuff live, baby. Like, this is the beauty of the stream. This is what makes this stream so unique, is the beauty of the live. You know what I mean? Good day, Sam and the Lifers. Time to look at the Kuji chart again. Kuji. Send in a super chat, man. We got so many. We can't skip other people's super chats for your chat, but I greatly appreciate it. We will look back. You're probably just trying to help us out. You're a beautiful lifer. You see the movie live in full effect, baby. Exactly. Super chats guaranteed to close in 5 minutes. Send your super chats now and have it guaranteed to be. Okay, let's take a look at Phantom, Tron, Spell. Let's get back into Spell here. So I'm watching Spell. As long as Spell can stay in just like Bitcoin, the same thing. I'm a simple guy. If this 4-hour can reset and Spell, look, shoulder, head, and a shoulder there, cup and handle too on the 4-hour time frame, even on the stochastics RSI, tells me that Spell may make some gains and continue. It's been a hot coin. It has a little something going for it. And look, that's a 3-to-1 risk ratio or better. I like what I'm seeing. There's an idea for Spell right there, right? And there you have it. If it comes, it bounces right there. You reset on that. Look at that 1 hour. If your 1 hour is really oversold, yeah, that's a good sign that Spell is going to continue sideways and eventually pop out of this ascending triangle to the target at about 001138 for Spell. That would be a 41% gain for Spell, and you heard it here first on the channel. Let's take a look at VAI. VAI, which is easy. I can photographically look at it. It's in a cup with the handle. It broke out a little bit. It's doing pretty good. I own a big old bag of this. I've made it very clear. Let's talk about what we're seeing. So there, look, I closed my eyes, right? I told you I had a photographic memory. I could see the VAI cup with the handle to the upside. And here we go. This thing is about to blast resistance, but it's still looking pretty interesting to me, right? So here, did it break the area? I got to get rid of the moving averages. I got to just really look at it clear here. I say it's still inside. It didn't breach yet. You know what I mean? Technically still inside, didn't breach. Could it come lower? I kind of want to cut off the head of the head and shoulder. A lot of times I do that and it makes the pattern better. It is what it is. A lot of people would gawk at that. This is something I've been doing and it does pan out. And you could back test it yourself before you troll me on it, but you never know. This is almost kind of a dagger flag here that could still break us out, but it's a little too, it's interesting. You're oversold here kind of making a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, like a drunken inverted. You have a low, you have a higher low right now. 22 hours says you're going to blast, right? And we've been looking at this for a while on the 3-day chart. The 3-day chart is really my go-to. I pulled the Fibonacci. It's at the 706. It's now in the golden pocket. I'm playing these on the bigger time frames with big old bags and letting them rip. What I see here is swing up to swing up with a swing down to swing down. It's technically some hidden bullish divergence. Even if you went here, it doesn't go up as much. It's a Class C hidden bullish. I like what I see for VII. I'm personally in it. I want to ride it all the way up for 330% gains to 35 cents. You know, will we do it? Only time will tell. Nobody knows, but I'm going to take that probability. They call me Sammy Cup and Handy for a reason, and I've been taking the risks. I'm going to continue to do so. So there you have it. Phantom Tron, Cat Cambria. Here's Cambria. I also own a bag of Cambria, a little bit of Cat, because it's such a small market cap. I figure I'd throw $1,000 in it. If it goes to zero, it goes to zero. If it doesn't, though, I could be pleasantly surprised with a beautiful AI bag of something that, you know, not many people thought about. So I'm interested in these concepts, and I like speculating on these smaller coins. Same thing for me as Cambria is kind of got that cup and handle. Came back down and bounced, but look, it lost that previous resistance point now. So when we look at it closely, remember, it has very small liquidity. This coin is tiny, so you got to be easy on it. 3-day, again, does want to move, and you kind of have the hidden bullish there too as well. It's interesting to me that we could get a move here. And look, there's impulse to the ending zone, and this thing could continue to punch to the upside. Look at the MACD too, showing signs of life, but this is the 3-day chart. And I believe all AI coins are going to follow each other. You're at this 786 retracement level right there on the Fibonacci, which is a known place for a bounce. But again, only time will tell. I'm looking at the 3-day chart. I'm zooming out on these bigger boys. I'm looking at the bigger idea here. Phantom. Let's take a look at our baby Phantom. Oh, baby Phantom. So I got Phantom in this tight channel, as you can see. You know what broke out of this? I'm going to show you. I'm going to juxtapose something to you. You know what looked a lot like this if we go to like the 22 hour? Watch this. This is going to blow your mind. But I'm going to do some fractal magic with you right now. And I got another. My photographic memory is starting to kick in again. And what it does is it goes through a Rolodex of images, and it's able to find an image that matches another image really fast and easily. It's really part of a skill that I've been having for years. Really, really helps. So look, you can't do split screen because it doesn't keep my old TA. So I'll just go back and forth here. Still struggling to get above this resistance. Not a great sign. We did get back above 28K, but this isn't a good sign to me personally. We want this divergence to continue and continue to the upside. We got to get back above 28,300 to remain bullish. 28,235, that little local resistance. So far, so good. We didn't lose the trend line that I talked about, and it was a very, very, very gutsy call so far. And it may still blow up in our face. We don't know. All super chats and support are welcome. No guarantees on a deep dive or TA though. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. $38 in chat revenue. $516 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watch? We got to 800. Can we breach it all the way to the upside? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Tron, XAVA, MINA, and the full moon today, baby. Yep. Tonight, right? I believe. Crypto Grady's doing unbelievable. We love you, Crypto Grady. Thank you for being here with us every single day, baby. Thanks, everyone who sent in the super chats. Oh, that's so nice that we're calling people out with the super chats. That's such a great idea, Dustin. C-Man, innovative movement. I love this. Shouting out anyone that gave a super chat. We so blessed. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much for doing that. I always used to bring the super chats out there, like XAVA from Crypto Rambler for the $5 super chat. May God bless you and yours. Thank you so much. A guy like you would have 50,000 loyal copy trader followers. Sounds like you work for an exchange and you're trying to get me in there. Thanks, Sam, for your time again. Shout out to you, man. Thank you. Watch this. We're going to look at one of our bigger gainers we had recently, which was Rocket Pool. All right? And let me show you something that's going to blow your mind. I'm all about seeing things and using them later on, right? So we look at Rocket Pool here on the daily time frame. And I go here and I grab a bar pattern. Bars pattern. Right? Then I grab this, I copy it, I paste it onto Phantom, and we shrink it on down. I mean, my photographic memory says, hey, that thing is close. They just look closely related to me. Because they look so similar. Look, they look like identical. Would you look at that? Look at it. It's exact. Like, that's so creepy. Like, you can put it exactly on it. Like, look at that. I took this from Rocket Pool, did I not? You saw me. I just took this from here. Look where Phantom is exactly in the same spot, and Rocket Pool just pumped. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to happen, but I'm just saying I see this stuff a lot. More short liquidations. People that could not see that bullish divergence are getting liquidated. But again, it's a very small move. We're in a lot of chop. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. We could still get blasted out of this. We just have to remain patient. The gains come in the patient moves. The gains come. But look at that beautiful fractal that I grabbed from Rocket Pool. And my mind saw that. See, my mind saw Phantom, and my mind said, Rocket Pool. And it said, show them the Rocket Pool, show them the Rocket Pool, show them the Rocket Pool. And I was like, okay, brain, I'm going to do it. Just stop telling me what to do all the time. You crazy brain, you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being there for me. Because I'm me, and then I'm my brain, and my brain really tries to take over sometimes when it comes to the math and the analytics and stuff like that, which is great. I let it run on autopilot. It's awesome. So let's look at here at Phantom. Tight moving averages, 22-hour trying to spin up. I like that. Daily, in somewhat of a move here. How's our 3-day? Probably wants to blast. Looking pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised if the shoulder, head and shoulder for Phantom made a massive move to the upside and then pumped all the way to the 200 SMA on the 3-day chart. So my idea is Phantom could go up 100% all the way back to 91 cents. It's very interesting. Kind of makes me want to start to build a little Phantom bag here and get back in. I think I'm just going to grab some Phantom. Me and my wife were talking about it. Just get back into Phantom again. You know what I mean? God bless each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for the love. Phantom, baby, Phantom. All right? Wow, so Phantom could make a nice move there. I like what I'm seeing for Phantom. 3-day chart, though, again, it's all about the bigger time frames. But even the 4-hour time frame, in an inverted head and shoulder, we're overbought on the stochastics here, though. Tells me we have to go more sideways before we can get a bigger move. Something like this, just a little more sideways here for Phantom to get this 4-hour to kind of maybe dump back down to here, go sideways. And maybe, there's a chance the 4-hour just pumps right back up and Bitcoin puts the whole market back in line. It's a very good chance that could happen, but you never know. I like what I'm seeing for Phantom. It looks good to me. I personally want to trade this. I'm not right now, but I'm telling you right now, me personally, this is giving me that, I want to make a gain. Like it's telling me there's a gain coming out of Phantom. Let's take a look at our baby Tron. Tron, baby Tron. And I wouldn't trade Tron anymore. I think it's kind of washed up. It's old. But again, don't want to hate on all the Tron lovers if you're huge into Tron. Tron just ain't my thing. Oh, it's TRX, right? It's TRX on KuCoin. You got to know. You got to know. Wow, so I put out Tron not too long ago. Look at that. In an inverted head and shoulder, and it went up 14% to the upside. I usually don't put out a Tron idea. Oh, look at this, though. I mean, this is amazing. This is what you get in my trading group. Look how detailed we are here, though. Look at this. So here's Tron right here. Tron USDT. Exchange KuCoin. Technical analysis 4-hour chart. Patterns in a bull pennant. Inverted head and shoulder in the final part of the pattern. Stochastics RSI. The 1-day, the 22, the 4-hour low. The relative strength index had hidden bullish divergence. The moving average were tight. And the golden cross had just passed. The visible range volume profile was right at the high volume node, right? And if you're using a third-party trading platform, remember to renew your API keys regularly. Potential profit was 15% gains out of Tron. Look at that. Now let's look. I didn't look at the chart probably ever again. Maybe when we saw it. That thing nailed the target. Look at that. Did exactly what we thought it would do to the upside. What did it say there? 15% gains. And right there, it went up a little more. Look. Yeah, 15.64%. Total, it went up 16. And then it gave it all back. But that was the move. Unbelievable. We haven't traded Tron since, but I nailed that call. So you can see, you get such detailed, beautiful information in the trading group that'll keep you up to date, keep you going, and really get you focused. We won't lead you astray. We'll educate you. And when we post, like that post was education. Look how much you could learn from this post. Because you go over the stochastics, the RSI, the moving averages, and everything that really shows you what we do here in the trading group. So I believe it's just such a great trading group. It's a great place. I know what I needed when I was lost and needed to learn. I provide all the resources and ways to get you to the next level. Tron looks like it could make a bigger move here. All right, like a really big move. It's bullishly consolidating in a way in a falling wedge after a massive pump up. I'm not a fan of Tron, but, you know, Justin Sun's always in the mix. He doesn't stop working. Something will happen, I'm sure, with Tron eventually over time. Again, that 3-day chart really controlling the whole market suggests there could be a big pump. It gets above that 200 SMA. You could see a nice move for Tron. So Tron is on the radar. You know, take profits as smart at resistance areas like there, and even possibly there if we get a pump to the upside. Possibly 228% gains coming out of Tron on the KuCoin pair, USDT. Let's take a look at AVA, which is AVA Lunch. It always makes me hungry and want to eat lunch, but it's called AVA Lunch. All right. So look, look like I did some work on this. Let's look at the 1 hour hit auto and see if we can clean it up for me. There you go. That's what auto's for. So we looked at AVA Lunch, and it looked pretty good to me, but look at that nasty wick to the downside, right? But the 1 hour still assumes like it could get a bit of a move. But look at that nasty wick, stop out wick to try to get anyone that may have tried to get a punch out of this to the upside. It did break out the trend line. That's a breakout as far as I'm concerned. I would go to the 7 and be looking for flags and things of this. Has really small liquidity, so also you got to be a little bit careful. And then you got this flag here that could pump you to the upside. It's interesting. I'm going to watch it closely. AVA Lunch. And I was probably watching it on the daily time frame, which says it can blast to the upside. And look at that daily candle really getting chubby there. It did break out from when I first put it out, right? Let's take a look. XAVA. When did I last look at XAVA? On 3:30 on the 4 hour time frame, I put it out here. It did get that nasty wick. So, you know, but if you had a stop loss somewhat lower and you're still in it, it is up somewhat comparatively. Only 5% though. Not amazing. The daily chart says it's going to pump. Look at that. The daily chart says there's going to be a big pump, but that's just a probability. No guarantees for AVA Lunch. In order to copy the TA in split screen, you have to click the icon above the trash can on the left-hand sidebar. It syncs all your drawings. You have to click the left icon. You have to click the icon above the trash can on the left-hand sidebar and sync all your drawings. Lock all drawing tools. Stay in drawing mode. The icon only appears in split screen mode. Didn't do it. Not happening. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Thank you. Didn't happen, though. But I believe you. Maybe something, we got to figure something else out. I appreciate it, though. No have translate. No. Jamul Abdul Haq, man. Ramadan Mubarak. Ramadan Mubarak, though, for you. Let's take a look at MINA. And look at the full moon cycle video. We went over it. It was the wrong coin. No, because if I want to compare two coins, I had already done work on RPL. He's saying I'll be able to see my RPL. I'm not seeing it. I want to see the RPL. You get it? So you have to do the same coin, he's saying, but I'm not trying to do the same coin. I'm trying to do two different coins. It's still not doing it. That's the same coin. It's not doing it. I just proved it. You know what I mean? Nope. I knew it wasn't supposed to be the same coin, my man. I like juxtaposing two coins, but I want to see my old work and I can never see it. I'm looking at MINA on the daily. If you just play this falling wedge to the upside, likely they're gonna make a move. I know it just came out on KuCoin, not a lot of information. So you could play, trading it on it has way more information, but MINA looks interesting to me. MINA, I heard it had all its data on cloud, on Amazon Cloud though. Making it a little shady, you know? I pulled a mini fib there. Let's get out of this for a second. Because you got to pull the big fib. And you're in the golden pocket right there. You're in the golden pocket. That's very, very interesting, right? And you got the dip, came back up, and you're holding the zone right here, right? And honestly, repent from the lies. No, but look, there's a cup and there's a handle. You're at the 618 golden pocket. You bounced right in there. I mean, that looks beautiful to me. The 4 hour would have to get pinned, though, by the bigger time frames. 4 hours the outlier of all these, a lot of this stuff. Yeah, 22 is a little high, too, for me. Again, though, could the 3-day be the one that really... That's why I'm getting out of the minutia. And I'm starting to look at the bigger time frame. See, that's the 21-day moving average just hanging out there. See it? It is. Because see when it lights up? You can't know it, but do we pump all the way up? I mean, there's a chance that a lot of these coins start to make a move here. You're at your bottoms. You came up for higher lows in the low. You have a shoulder head and a shoulder, the Morpheus inverted. I could see this going all the way up here somewhere to about 150. MENA protocol on the 3-day chart. But definitely keep it on your radar. I got a lot of 3-day charts. Who has traded a 3-day chart with me? Sat in it the whole time. It takes like 9 to 15 days usually to get the gains, but the gains are huge. It takes time. Cash App founder Bob Lee stabbed. Yeah, I heard about this. Moment of silence, man. Hold up. People are just getting stabbed in San Francisco, man. Cash App Bob Lee stabbed to death in San Francisco, man. And I'm telling you, that's why I have, at all times, I'm protected at all times. I keep it tucked because I'm not playing that game. You know what I mean? I'm not playing that game. You know, me and my family, you got to stay protected at all times, in my humble opinion. Again, maybe he was. We don't know the details of the story, but you hope that there's a chance, right? The game will test you, but any person will break through. The marathon, not a sprint. Amen. 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 But that's so sad that he lost his life. He created Cash App. He was part of the financial system. He was probably going to dive into Web3 in other ways. Really, really sad, man. Facts. Brown him down, my G. Yeah, boom him. Yeah, my man. Had to keep that thing on me. Yeah, I had to keep a thing. Shout out to everybody here. Damn, Crypto Lifer gang for reals. Like you can believe in God all you want, but you don't run into oncoming traffic, right? You know what I mean? You're like, God will protect me. Like you still have to take into your own protection. It says it in the books. You know what I mean? It says it in the books. Anyway, I'm going to jump on out of here for the day. It's 12 o'clock even Steven time. Let's take a look back at Bitcoin and see where we're at. You know I'm going to service my trading group in the best way humanly possible. We're going to get into it. So far, that divergence didn't play out strong enough. It really needed to breach this high. But so far, it could make a higher low right here. This could be the next entry on the oversold higher low, and the divergence could kick it to the upside. So far, you got to stay patient. It's been a pretty crazy morning for trading. Take deep breaths, and we're going to make it through no matter what. Shout out to anyone that jumped on into open leverage, man. Shout out to Stack McChange, dude. Stack, dude. You absolutely nailed this to the upside, man. Stack McChange nailing OLE. Absolutely beautiful stack. Unreal, man. Shout out to David Kendall. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Stack. Shout out to the other Sean. Shout out to John. Shout out to the other John. Shout out to all my new beautiful people that are joining our team. And shout out to Jamie, man. Number one, I love you so much. Shout out to my wife. God bless you all. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm out. One thing I do want to say is I will be on Sin City Crypto. Let's talk about it real quick just to get you ready. I'll be on the greatest, like one of my favorite shows in all of crypto. Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto getting onto Fox News. Unbelievable. Just unreal. I can't say I'm not a little jelly. I would love to be on Fox News. But, I'm actually not jelly because I'm so happy someone I know is getting out there. She's my network, baby. So, your network is your net worth. She continues to grow. All of us continue to grow. That's a big deal, man. That's a big deal. That means there's spots for all of us coming up soon. Let's take a look at Sin City Crypto here. Let's look at Sin City Crypto. And we're going to be on today, 1:30 Eastern Time, 10:30 Pacific. I think I jump on around 2 o'clock to 2:45. So this is where I'm going to be. Check it out. Subscribe today. Let's get to the 10,000 subscribers. Come on, let's get to that milestone. They're so close. It's such a big deal when you get there. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Catch me today, on Sin City Crypto at 2 o'clock Eastern EDT time. And then tonight, 7:30, you're going to see DZ. I'm going to ask him a bunch of questions. He's going to be awesome. I'm going to be asking the questions this time, DZ. Not you, baby. I'm going to be asking the questions. So DZ's going to be on my channel. Super excited to have him on from around the blockchain. So we have a lot coming for you today. I hope you're excited. I am. And I'll see you later on. I'll be live again today, so you'll see me again. Don't worry. Just jump on into the stream on Sin City Crypto. God bless you all. Thank you so much for the love. Breaking news, breaking news. Doge is back on Twitter. Doge is back on Twitter as the mascot. Doge is back as the Twitter mascot. Let me bring this down. Doge is back as the Twitter mascot. Oh my gosh, breaking news. Doge is back as the Twitter mascot. I never saw it in real time. I'm get to see it right now. This is breaking news. Doge back. Oh my God. Breaking news, everybody. There it is. I never got to see it. I finally saw it with my own eyes. Ah!